Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Isaac. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But today, I am attempting to predict the future once again, since I did it so good last weekend. This weekend's UFC 251, Fight Night 251. On paper, it looks like a real stinker of a card, but hear me out, you guys. Every single fight on this card looks like it is going to bang. Looks like it is going to be an absolute war, right? I don't think. I think there's one grappling dominant person, and every other person I think is going to keep it on the feet and beat the crap out of the other person. Aren't there aren't very many KO artists in in this uh this fight this weekend. And starting off with Connor Matthews versus Jose Delgado is going to be a very fun fight. Jose Delgado was recently in the LFA. I'm pretty sure this is his debut, if not this is his second fight. He seems super green, and Connor Matthews is coming off a KO loss, and he seems like the exact type of person the UFC wants to promote. So I think they're feeding him this guy Jose Delgado to hopefully make a show out of it, because both these guys like to stand up, and Jose seems very like if you have decent boxing skills, it looks like this guy he's a brawler. He looks like he swings crazy. Reminds me of Michael Chandler. It's not super calculated. A lot of athleticisms you put into it. Like he really relies on his athleticism to get the job done. So for this first fight, I'm giving it to Mr. Connor Matthews. I think he's gonna win, most likely by decision, but it could very well be a KO in the third. Coming up next, we have Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petrosky. So Rodolfo Vieira, he won like the BJJ Worlds or ADC. He won some Jiu-Jitsu World Championship in like 2014, and I saw like a couple fights, and he honestly looks juiced to the gills. This dude looks huge, and he does not look like fighter huge. He looks like, he looks like steroid big. I think a lot of these Brazilians are slipping through the cracks, and they're like able to take drugs and get away with it just because nobody wants to go down there to test them. Because they're in Brazil, they're literally in the jungle. There's people train in the jungle. Who wants to go down there just for a drug test? And but so my point is, Rodolfo is mainly a grappler. He's mainly a grappler, and he looks like he's just very much bulldozer. If he's not, and his wrestling isn't super strong. So I think he won. So he got his potential most likely by being sauced out of his mind, being half decent at jiu-jitsu, not running into any wrestlers, and it was like 2014, so this was prior to the huge wrestler Dagestani boom. So yeah, I think Andre Petrosky is going to be able to keep it on the feet and just really take it to this guy, because Andre is he's got some bombs in his hand. Like if you watch his last fight, he is a mean some bitch. So for this one, I'm giving it to Andre Petrosky. Up next, Ismail Bonfim versus Nazim Sakadiov. Okay, so Bonfim is going to. Let me see what I wrote. Okay. Bonfim is going to dominate. He has much better stand-up than Sadikov. Sadikov lost recently to Slava Claus, who lost last weekend at UFC 312. Okay, so Slava Claus, the dude that lost, Sadikov lost to that bald dude Slava Claus last weekend, who lost to somebody else, and I think that Bonfim's like none of these guys look like they like to grapple, but this looks like it's going to be a kickboxing fight, and Bonfim looks like he throws so many more strikes per minute. They're so much cleaner, so much more efficient. I think he is going to mop the floor with what's it called with Sedekov. Um, yeah, he knocked out Terrence McKinney with a flying knee KO. So I mean, and he was winning the whole fight like hands down. So I mean, I think it's pretty like to me it seems pretty obvious that this dude's just gonna like walk through him. Um, Up next is Edmund Shabajan versus Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka seems like that dude that never moved out of his mom's house, and he's just like, he trains once a day. He's moderately good. He's won some regional tournaments here and there, but I think Edmund is going to completely beat the crap out of this guy. Because I mean, in my opinion, Dylan doesn't seem like he takes it seriously. Edmund, like, look at that last name. That is insane, dude. Like, just the last name alone takes dedication just to write on a piece of paper. Like, uh, yeah, I think Edmund seems like he has a lot better stamina and will just like edge him out with efficiency and stand up. Seems like it's the name of the game for this weekend because I'm claiming. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh, there we go. So Edmund Shabazan is going to win via stand up. It's probably going to be a decision, honestly, because uh, Budka looks like a damn punching bag. Budka looks like he can take a lot of freaking damage. And then up next is the fun one, Calvin Cater versus Yusuf Zalal. So Calvin Cater fought Max Holloway, and traditionally, after somebody fights Max Holloway, their striking improves tenfold, like literally tenfold. And for that reason, I think Calvin Cater is going to beat Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal is mostly grappling dominant. He has zero hands, and I think Calvin's going to keep it on the feet and turn this into an absolute clinic. He's probably going to cut him really bad, and they're going to stop the fight early, honestly. Because, like, I'm telling you, this dude looks so bad. Like, this dude looks. I don't know how he's fighting Calvin Kidd. Like, I mean, Calvin Kidder must not be that much of a draw, but come on, man. I feel like uses a lot, stands no chance. So for that reason, I'm giving it to Mr. Yusuf Zalal. And then finally, Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez. This is actually going to be a really fun fight, I feel like. Because Jared Cannonier is going to land a lot, and Gregory Rodriguez is not. Gregory Rodriguez, like Robocop, like people like that he knocks people out, but he is just not top 10 material right now, or ever will be, honestly. Like the way he punches, you could see it from a mile away. He literally throws like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, and not DDP-esque where he's moving both of his feet. It looks like slow and lethargic. It does not look pretty at all. I think Jared Cannonier is going to show up. Like, Jared Cannonier beat Sean Strickland. We cannot forget. Okay. Jared Cannonier is going to mop the floor with this dude. He's going to walk back up the rankings. And I bet you in 3 fights, Jared Cannonier fights Sean Strickland again for their rematch. And I don't know who wins that one. But for that fight, I'm giving it to Jared Cannonier. So, going over it, I got Connor Matthews, Andre Petrosky, Ismail Bonfim, Edmund Shabazan, Yusuf Zalal, and Jared Cannonier, all keeping it on the feet. I don't think any of these fights are going to go to the ground for. I don't think there will be more than a minute of control time in this entire event because it's just so grappler dominant, and it's so striker dominant, and the grapplers do not look that good at grappling. It looks like a complete mismatch fest to me. It looks like a complete mismatch fest. This looks like a redo of the UFC Tampa card, where there were like 7 or 8 KOs in the entire night. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a crazy night of fights. But if you guys like that video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check me out on all my other content. But until next time, I'll see you guys.